Yes, a month ago you guys were all going in. Yeah.
Okay, I've just muted everyone. In case anyone wants to ask or share anything, you can do that. As you probably can see from the quizzes about India's freedom struggle, events, people, places, everything about it. I hope you can see my AHA screen and not my Insta screen. Please let me know if it is the case.
Can you put the link in the chat box?
Sure. One second. Here you go, Anton. It's ahaslides.com/August 5th, AUG 15Q. It's the link to attempt. If I three, think we can start the quiz shortly. Just 1 minute. Get my setup in place. I So I have Sumukh after a long time. I have my usual folks, Ashwari, after a pretty long time. I think you're participating after a while. And of course, Anton, I think, has been regular now for the past few weeks in on our Sumukh, don't worry, I think you'll catch up in the leaderboard with this quiz only. It's something up your alley, I guess. Just 1 minute. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you, all of you, for joining today for our yet another edition of Friday 5 p.m. quiz. And we are on the 104th edition. So technically, we've been doing this for 2 years by the count, but although we've been doing for much longer period. And I thank everyone who has been coming to even one of the quizzes. That's what keeps me going to keep doing these quizzes. So yeah, again, just a quick word on people who might have joined for the first time. We have this weekly quiz, and the points from this quiz get added up every week, and we declare a winner at the end of each month. That leaderboard will be published either tonight or tomorrow first thing, and you can check out your score and where you stand, etc. And that's just about it. In case you miss any of the quizzes, we have the link anyways available. You do have an opportunity to come on the another leaderboard, which is the offline one. A lot of folks are not able to join the online one because of the time, because they are busy, whatever reason it might be. We are perfectly fine as long as you can try the quizzes. That's it. And the race quiz is on freedom struggle, people, places, events, related to it. Most of the questions are text-based because of the nature of link. Mohammed Adnan, thanks for joining. Uh, Adnan, you just have to click on that link and join. Do join via that link. Don't answer on Zoom chat, however tempting it might be. And you know, that's the platform to do it. If you are not getting a hang of it and you're not enjoying it, you can just see the quiz and you can chime in between the questions, anyone for that matter, related to freedom struggle. If you think I've got any facts wrong related to a question, you can point me out. Don't have any problems in that. But don't do it during the question or where people are answering. Okay. Okay. So first question will be a trial one. You have to type the answer, press submit after every question. Most questions are 40 seconds time period. So it's kind of the fastest correct answer gives you most points. So please remember that even if you don't know, guess it first. No negative markings. So go ahead and guess ahead. So we'll start the quiz now. I hope I am audible. Sometimes my mic decides to, screw me over, and sometimes the Bluetooth also screws me over. So, and I had that amazing experience recently when I was doing a corporate quiz also. So if in case that is happening, do let me know. Do your hands up or whatever, or put it in the chat. There is also a chat here on our slides in case you want to uh, chime in there. I'm going to start. I think first question is trial one, so not many people will lose out much on that. So we'll start the quiz now with our first question coming up on your screens. Where was this first version of India's national flag hoisted in Parsi Bagan in 1906? That's how the original, what should I say, the first version of the Indian national flag was. As you can see, similar colors, not the white, but the green, the yellow, and red. There is, of course, you can see link is here only once. Naman, the link is on your top of the screen and here also in chat app. So yeah, where was this first hoisted in 1906? You can see symbols which probably you'll associate with our country. Yep, it is indeed Calcutta, not Mumbai, Canada, or London. It was subsequently, I think, hoisted in a few more important occasions. And I think in July 1947, it was adopted as national flag, the version which is there. Of course, the current version was designed by a freedom fighter from Andhra Pradesh. I'm forgetting Pingali. I might be wrong about it, but that's what I remember a little bit. And yes, of course, all citizens are now allowed. After I think the change in the flag code in 2002, everyone can hoist it, of course, in their homes and workplaces of work, etc. An important, of course, right. Let's move on to the actual quiz. I hope all of you are in. If anyone has any problem, you just have to click on the link. The link is top of your screen. I'll also put it, the QR code link also. So in case you don't know, just scan the code and be in. You can unmute yourself and, criticize the quiz master also. That's perfectly fine. It's okay. We are not like certain other organizations. So moving on to question number 1 on your screens. How did this very patriotic song, which was aimed at the British government, Dur Hato Hai Duniya Walo Hindustan Hamara Hai, in 1943 get passed through British censors? It featured the Queen Elizabeth's picture. Lyrics say tum na kisi ke aage jhukna, German ho ya Japani, or the song made fun of the Congress leaders. This is a 1943 song penned by Kavi Pradeep and from the movie 1943 movie Kismet. How did this song, even though it was so directly aimed at the British government, passed? And yes, all of you got it right. Simple one, two, most of you got it right. It had the line which said, "Tum na kisi ke jhukna, German hoya Japani." Obviously, I mean, hinting towards the Axis powers there, and sort of British censors were kind of fooled into thinking that that's what it was, but it wasn't the case. It became very popular song, and I think Kavi Pradeep had to go into hiding or something to after the song became very popular when British realized, "Arey, ye to hamara khel hai." Anyways, moving on to the next question. I hope you've figured out how to answer. If you are new to it, Mohammed Adnan, I hope you have figured out. It's a very simple format, and as I said, it awards you more. All good, great. Good to know that. Let's quickly move through the next few questions. Right. The revolt of 1851 started by Mangal Pandey attacking officers of his regiment. Where did this happen? Where his memorial also stands, also the site of Asia's first zoo. Is it Meerut, Kanpur, Chittagong, or Barakpur? where did this incident occur. There is also his memorial stands at that place. That was the regiment where he attacked his officers and kind of started the revolt of 1857, or as correctly, if one has to put it in, revolt is something which is how the British historians refer to it. Time's up. And let's look at the answers. The answer is not Meerut, of course. It's Barakpur is the right answer, which was also the first Asia's first zoo. I think Lord Dalhousie was probably instrumental in getting it up and running, because you have Mangal Pandey's stamp also, which is there. Of course, we all know the origin of it, the entire thing, which was due to the cartridges, which was coated by beef and pork grease, allegedly. And then, that was sort of supposed to be like an insult to the Indian soldiers. And, that's what it started. Okay, question number 3. This building was originally built to provide employment to the famine-struck villages of the surrounding region. Mahatma Gandhi was interned here post-Quit India movement. Kasturba Gandhi passed away in this building, and her, sort of samadhi is there. ID this building of, which is declared a building of national importance. Which building is this? This is quite popular amongst photographers because of the architecture, etc. nowadays. Of course, you also have Gandhiji's. Some of his ashes were also brought and placed. There was a samadhi, a marble samadhi was made. His secretary for a long time was also died here. His samadhi is also there. What place are we talking about? Yep, answer is Aga Khan Palace or Aga Khan Palace Prison. Let me just look at other answers. If someone spelling mistakes are not really Aga Khan Palace, Sumuk got it right. Pune. Additional, this is located very much within Pune. There are, of course, like all historical buildings, our own the importance we give to such places is relatively less. Also, how relevant are they in the modern generation to make it more relevant to people who are probably born today or young enough today? That's also another kind of a challenge for many of these buildings of national importance. Okay, moving on to the leaderboard. Have a look at that first twin. Yep, so Sumuk is leading the pack now, followed by Naman, Saurabh, Aishwari, Anton, Adnan. Adnan, good start to you. Abhinav, Rashdi, Rohit, AK, Prakash, and the rest. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. Anuradha, if you have just joined, you can just scan the link which you can see on the left on the top of the screen, or you can scan the QR code on the left. I'll just paste the link for your benefit. I apologize if I look like I'm sweating like buckets because it is a little humid here. And if I open all windows, it's too noisy. And if I switch on the fan, it is too noisy. So it's like a bit of a devil and it, whatever you can call it, that kind of situation for me. Mumbai is not the answer, yeah. Anyways, okay, we'll move on to the next question now. But later on, I've done all those discussions. Post 201 on Indo-Pak border at Husseinwala marks the cremation location of an important and influential freedom fighter and is now a memorial. Which of the following freedom fighters were cremated here? Ram Prasad Bismil, Chandrasekhar Azad, Lala Lajpat Rai, or Bhagat Singh? Post 201, an Indo-Pak border in Husseinwala marks the cremation location of an important and influential freedom fighter. Who are we talking about? Answer is, of course, Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh, who was Rajguru and Sukhdev, were, of course, hung in Lahore jail, and then they were transported in middle of the night, and their bodies were chopped up and cremated quickly. The idea was not to make them a martyr, at least that was the Brits were thinking. And the bodies were thrown into Satluj River. It was very close to where the spotted. Fortunately, some people spotted it, brought them, and then they properly cremated them. This is the spot which is there. I think it has a similar ceremony as Vaga, much low key and much little lesser, let's say, jingoism in there. This is in, if I'm not mistaken, this also has the Husainwala station, which I think was one of the last trains which, in the after the partition had passed through there. Not now, of course, it's the Atari Vaga border, which where the trains pass through, but that was the last one. Do check it out, Ferozpur. It's about a couple of hours by train from Amritsar if you want to go. Yep, very important spot, I would say. Okay, question number 5 on your screens now. It was originally 5 stanzas long, written in 1905 first, sung in, sung in 1911. That was not 2011. And finally, in 1950, its first stanza was officially declared as dash. This was not first sung, it was first sung in 1911. My mistakes. One of those things which you tell yourself that, you are growing up. 1911 was when it was first sung. It was first written in 1905. And that is how picture of it being officially declared something. I need what is it being officially declared as? National anthem, we'll give you the answers. Yeah, Ashwari, I will give points to that. Don't worry about it. I make spelling mistakes routinely here. National anthem, I'll give the points. Janagana Mana. Incidentally, the song which was originally written by Rabindranath Tagore was not national song. Abhinav, it is national anthem is what we were looking for. The Bhagya Vidhata that was first written in Bengali. He in fact translated the song into English also in 1919 apparently. And Subhash Chandra Bose actually adopted a version of this, which he used in addressing soldiers in INA as well in 1941, which kind of popularized it and kind of pushed it towards becoming a national anthem sort of status. So yeah, answer is India's national anthem. The first stanza of the entire 5 stanza long one. Okay, moving on to question number 6. Connect these two images, which you can see, to a family name. Just make it larger in case you can't see it. There is something on the left and something very popular in India, of course, very much homegrown brand in one sense, you can say. A very popular brand whose, I think, founder passed away, I think 4 5 years back, which caused a lot of, people, his ardent fans really, were very sad that, such a legend has gone. We are looking for a single word name. That's all I'm asking for. Okay, let's just see the answers. Dyer is what we are looking for. Let's just look at other answers. I'll give answers points to Saurabh and Rider, although Anton wanted to write.
Actually, I thought Dyer, I forgot. Like, yeah, I know it's wrong.
Subhashini got it right. I'll give points to Subhashini. I'm not able to. Okay,
I kind of misplaced it. Yeah.
No problem, no problem. Happens to all of us. It is, of course, General O'Dyer, whose father started. I am going with a single word, Saurabh. I'll give you the points. I've given you the points. I just going with what would be most common. I got what you're trying to say. O'Dyer, I got it. I mean, I understand what you're trying to say, but we just wanted to stick to something which everyone will be able to guess easily. But O'Dyer will also be giving you answers, so don't worry about it. Yes, so his family or his father started the brewery, which was again changed name to Mohan Meekan, and of course we know his infamous connection with Jallianwala Bagh. Of course, he was also hailed as a hero in some circles when he returned back to UK. Sumuk continues a pretty healthy lead. Aishwari at second, Naman at third, Adnan at fourth, uh, Anton at five, Saurabh six, Subhashini, Abhinav, Rohit, Sampuran. Okay, let's see if someone can overtake Sumuk in the next 4 questions, I guess. Policemen were burnt alive or protested in retaliation to a firing at Dash in Gorakhpur. That led to suspension of the non-cooperation movement. Fill in the blanks with the location of this incident, which happened in 1922. This location, of course, non-cooperation movement was like a non-violent struggle, and that Indians will not cooperate with British. A lot of Indians resigned from their official posts, and was looking like it's going to be very successful. Uh, but this happened, and Gandhiji reckoned that India is not ready for a non-violent struggle, and he withdrew the movement. Which was this location? Chauri Chaura is the right answer, which we are looking for. A very textbook type of a question. I'm going to give points to Anton, not Chauri Chausa, Saurabh. I would have loved to give you. I'm going to give Aishwari for the Chauri Chaura, which is very close. But Chauri Chausa is not the right answer, unfortunately, even though it looks very different. So I'm sorry, I can't give you points for that, Saurabh. But yeah, Chauri Chaura was the place in Gorakhpur. Incidentally, it was also recently celebrated, I think, in 2022 as an anniversary of the, I mean, I don't know whether centenary of it. I don't know if it's burning somebody alive, whether it requires you to celebrate it. Something, not a very great thing to do, but yeah, powers that be reckoned that way. So yeah, it was celebrated also recently. Not recently, I mean, in 2022. In 1946, 20,000 personnel or persons of Dash protested against racial discrimination, poor conditions, and inadequate pay in Mumbai, which soon spread to other locations. Fill in the blank with a branch of British Indian government, which played a key role in undermining the British authority. So we are looking for a branch of British Indian government at that time, which 20,000 of them sort of went up in arms for discrimination and poor pay, etc., which kind of played a role in, sort of hastening our freedom in that sense, because British realized they can't really rule us with a fraction of people they have. The Navy is what we are looking. Royal Navy. Also, I'll give you Royal Indian Navy as it was called. Not Sipai Mutiny, not ICS, although it's a good guess by Subhashini. Royal Navy is the right answer, which we are looking for. Royal Indian Navy. There's also a plaque, I think, where this incident happened. It spread to other naval bases, and kind of one of those things which happened in that period, which hastened, of course, World War and all the other things which happened. Change of power in UK also played a key role, where the Labour came into power at that time, and Churchill was no longer the prime minister, although he was dead against giving India its freedom. So yeah, so naval revolt, you could say, not talked enough. But yeah, that's one of those sort of forgotten incidents of the freedom struggle. Let's look at the scores and see where everyone stands. Sumuk is having a very, very healthy lead, although it's 1,400 points. If he misses next two, possibly Naman can catch up. Aishwarya slipped to third. Just not too far behind is Anton. Adnan, good showing at 5. Abhinav at 6th. Saurabh, Rohit, Subhashini, Prashant, Sampuran, Prakash, and AK. So moving on to the last two questions of today's quiz. One of the largest and richest princely states joined India after the Indian Army intervened in September 48. Which princely state is that? I need the erstwhile name, not the current state's name. So I'm looking for a state a princely state, which was one of the last to join India after Indian Army intervention, which was called Operation Polo, hence the image, in case you remembered. Stuff like that. So any other thing would be a direct hint, so I didn't want to put it out there, and I'm sure you can work this out. Hyderabad is the answer. Nizam is not the answer, actually. Hyderabad is the answer. Nizam is, of course, the ruler of Hyderabad was called Nizam. So I can't give you sort of points for that. I need Hyderabad was the name of the, at one point, they were negotiating with both the Indian and Pakistan government to stay independent. Then there was a sort of an assault or a sort of unrest, you could say, by a group called Razkars. And then there was an altercation between the Indian Army and them. And then, of course, the Indian Army stepped in, and then, Hyderabad quickly folded in and joined the Indian Union. So yeah, that happened in September 48. So you imagine how chaotic that time would have been, and India was not really formed as such. So yeah. And let's move on to the last question. First, have a look at the leaderboard. So it's quite evident that Sumukh is going to win this. But let's see, because as I said, we have an August leaderboard with two more quizzes to go after, three more rather, two more to go, sorry, after this one. So 2 more weeks of quizzing. So maybe you have opportunity to still be at the top or among the top. So let's see. Last question coming up now on your screens. Known as Durga Bhabi, she helped Dash escape by disguising him as her husband after police was on lookout for Dash in connection with the death of John Saunders. Fill in the blanks with the freedom fighter she helped escape. Simple one. Her actual name was Durgavati, and I think she was popularly known as Durga Bhabi. Okay, few more seconds. Get in your answers if you haven't yet. Take a guess. Bhagat Singh is the answer which you're looking for. Let's just have a look at if everyone has got. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Let me just. Too many moving parts actually. Subhash Chandra Bose, no, not Chandrasekhar Azad. The answer is Bhagat Singh, who was disguised as, and of course, Rajguru also was escaped as their servant amongst their entourage, where they were looking for probably a single male, and they couldn't find. So yeah. So let's look at the final scores. And yes, Sumukh has won it, although he didn't get the last question right, and Naman has moved up. Congratulations, Sumukh, on a brilliant performance. And good to have you back on our regular Friday quiz, although I think maybe today was a holiday, hence you joined, I guess. Adnan, creditable performance at third, Ashwari at fourth, Anton at five, Abhinav six, Saurabh, Prashant, Sampuran, Subhashini, Rashti, Prakash, AK. Thank you, all of you, for joining. And as I said, this link will be available for people who might not have attempted. Any of your friends or colleagues who want to attempt, do share. If you want to attempt, I will not really count. I'll just not put it. We also have a offline leaderboard, which we typically share for those who attempt it in the offline version. And we are, as I probably mentioned at the beginning, we are Quiz House. We do quizzes every week, and we also post daily quizzes. Do check out our Insta, FB, and LinkedIn handle. They go by Quiz House or quiz.house.ash on Insta and FB. And we put up the video of it on these handles as well. And do hope to see you again next week with another set of quizzes. And do check out our daily quizzes also.